talk closer to you now. First time playing in D.C. this year. What did you see from this Mystics team, and just always the excitement about playing a new team, at the beginning of the season?
Yeah, I mean, they are competitive. I mean, I don't think their record shows that they're in every single game that they play, and so we just have to be ready because they're aggressive defenders. They execute pretty well. They can knock down the outside shot, and so just being able to guard our own person.
And what's this whole season been? I mean, we get asked these questions on the road all the time, but for us, it's new. Just what's this whole season been like for you? And between yourself, Caitlin, and all these rookies around the league that really rise in the game here.
Yeah, I think for us, for our team, it's just being resilient. I mean, we get up each and every day and we continue to put in the work because this is what we love to do. And I mean, we're playing great basketball, we're competing, and so I think that's all that matters.
What's it been like to be part of such a special season and a special time to be part of women's basketball? What's that been like for you as a rookie, as a player, just as a person?
Yeah, I mean, it's great just being here because, I mean, basketball is on the rise. Women's basketball, everyone's watching. I'm just so blessed that I'm able to be in this league. This is my second year, and so I'm just really excited for it to continue to grow.
How's the progress coming on the defensive side of the ball as a team?
Yeah, really good. I think these past few practices that we've been able to have has been good. We've been able to see what we need to continue to work on, where we need to be, especially teams that shoot the ball. DC shoots it well, especially from the guard, and they have post players that can step out, and so just being able to understand where we have to be.
Did you think something just from such a young team, new people getting together, and you guys have had a crazy schedule with not a whole lot of practice time. So
yeah.
How have you been trying to form that chemistry on both sides?
I mean, we take it game by game. I think that's the biggest thing to be able to do is because that's what we had at the beginning of the season. We had walkthroughs, but I mean, by the way we were playing every other day, it was hard to really get a practice in, and so we just figured it out game by game.
What have you been able to do this week now that you have actually had time to practice and be in the gym with your teammates on and off the floor? You had team dinners,
Yeah, we did. We had team dinner. We went on the boat for Grace's birthday. We had some practices. It's been nice to just have that break to be home, be able to get in the gym, and be able to work.
Did you see Camilla last night here? She's wearing the Dawn Staley.
Oh, I know. I love Camilla. I mean, she's awesome. I'm happy that she's able to play now because, I mean, you see she's a difference maker for that team.
When you see Caitlin kind of take these shoves, or Kennedy the other day, and just things, I mean, what's your perspective on that? Being somebody that has been a rookie, last year, and just being a teammate, trying to help her out, make sure that she's one of your star players, and you don't want people messing with her. How do you handle that?
Yeah, I mean, as a competitor, as a teammate, we're always going to have each other's backs, and we talk about it all the time. I mean, it's hard. It's a tough league. Everyone just wants to prove that this is their league in a sense because even last year, being a rookie, took some tough hits. It's just like you get back up, and I think you've been able to see Caitlin do that, and we got her back. I think it's hard, and I know it's frustrating for her too because, I mean, she's in this league, she just wants to hoop, but sometimes things happen, but we're going to pick her up.
So get more eyeballs on the league here, but is there any frustration that some of this force of conversation isn't about your talent and what you can bring, but it's about a lot of other stuff?
Yeah, I think in the world that we live in, it's always going to be about a lot of other stuff, but I think being the players, being able to separate the two is going to be important for us, keep the main thing because we're here trying to win games, we're here trying to continue to build this chemistry, and so for us, just making sure that is what our focus is on and not what everyone else is saying.
What are your thoughts on the matchup with Aliyah?
Yeah, I mean, playing against Aliyah in college, I think she does a great job moving without the ball. She finishes around the rim. She had a great game last night. So just being able to know where she is because she is a difference maker. She rebounds. I think she does all the little things, and so just being able to be ready for everything.
It's been really nice, honestly. Just a good mental reset more than anything. It's a crazy schedule to start, and good to get in the gym and actually practice and work on some stuff that we needed to work on. I know it was only a couple days, but that's super helpful for a team that is so inexperienced, and it's also, I think, awesome how much improvement we've had with no practices. I think that's a positive too. We've really improved in a lot of areas going from game to game. Without you just got to implement that stuff watching film and then taking it to the next game. So the more we can practice, the better for us for sure.
Always a new adventure, I guess, every time you're somewhere new. What's it like when you do play in a new arena, a new team, and all these experiences, again, are new for you? Do you let yourself soak it in? What's that like?
For sure, yeah. I try to look around and take it in. Every place is new. It's a great environment. Every place is unique. But also, this is my first year in the W, so it's has a little extra sentiment to it that I like really appreciate, and it'll be something that I remember for my entire career. So, you know, anytime like I try to look around before the tip and just take in the environment. I did the same thing in college because you know these environments are really special, and it's cool to see how many people show up for women's basketball and are so excited to be here. And you know, a lot of times, whether we're playing out here on the East Coast or West Coast, like it's really the only time they can see me play or see our team play throughout the year. So, you know, hopefully it leaves a lasting impact and they love it and they enjoy it. I think that's like one of the coolest things of getting to play this game.
How special is it when you do see these fans that are coming in all these new arenas and different arenas, DC, New York, wherever it may be, that are rooting for you? They're rooting for, the hometown team too, but they're rooting for you as well.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, just throughout my college career too, like it takes you back a little bit. Like it's not always something that like you're really prepared for. And I think over the course of my senior season, like you kind of became used to it, but at the same time, like it's never something you get used to. Like it never gets old. Like I'm just really grateful that I get to be in this position, and the young girls and the young boys. And like, you know, we've lost 9 games, but you know, people are still so excited about this team. The young girls could care less, you know, how I've performed or how the team has performed. Like they're just so excited to be here and be watching us, and be in this like moment around women's basketball. And like I just think that's the coolest thing. And because I was that young girl at one point, and I was going to games where the crowds were really great, and obviously it's kind of taken to a whole nother level now. So yeah, it's something you never take for granted, really.
As you might be aware, there's been some controversy and conversation over the last few days about everything that happened in the Chicago game. I'm curious how much you pay attention to that, if at all, and what your thoughts are, what your take on that is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not on social media, so I don't see a lot of it, but you would be surprised. Like I still have my TV on in my house, and like I'm watching sports, like you're still aware of it and you still see it, but other than that, like my focus is basketball. Sometimes it stinks how much the conversation is outside of basketball and not the product on the floor and the amazing players that are on the floor and how good they are for their teams and how great this season has been for women's basketball, going from college basketball to now the WNBA. Some of the crowds are unprecedented and had never been seen before. The viewership's amazing. But yeah, I mean, I try to block it out. I don't have social media on my phone. Like I don't go on it. I don't see a lot of it. But I don't really think it's that different from when I was in college. Like everybody's gonna have their opinion. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. That's just what it is, and I think you just got to be focused on what's in your locker room, what's in your organization, how your teammates feel, how your coaches feel, and for me, like that's my focus. But also, like I have a job to do at the same time, so that's where my focus remains.
You had such great chemistry with your bigs in college, Monica and Hannah.
Yeah.
How's that development coming along with the league?
Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot more practice with them before I had to play my first game, that's for sure. And even Han had like a year before she had to kind of take over that 5 spot, so we had a lot of practice together. So me and Aliyah are just trying to learn on the fly, get to know each other on the fly, even lifts too as well. I think you've already seen a lot of improvement, especially out of the pick and roll, and it's hard. Like I think I saw something where I've been blitzed on ball screens more than any other team has been blitzed combined. So everybody's trying to learn out of that and make the right reads. When the posts get the ball, they're trying to make the right reads for our teams too. So I think it's just a thing we're gonna learn over the course of time. But I think our chemistry has definitely improved since the beginning of the season, and they're both so talented. I think they're both still so raw. Like they have such a high ceiling, and it's getting them to believe that and know how good they can be. So just instilling confidence in them, and working through certain areas. Not everything has been perfect this far, but talking through it and finding ways to improve, I think has been really good. But they're not only like 2 great basketball players, they're 2 great people, and they've been like huge helps for me too coming into this league, and kind of just been a voice in my ear and very positive for myself too.
I know you mentioned blocking out the noise, but is there a bit of frustration that some of the discourse tries to separate you from the you're a separate entity from the league?
I mean, yeah, I wish we could all play basketball, and it is what it is. But like I said, like, it's the conversations are gonna happen. It's good for women's basketball at the same time, but I think it's hard for people to remember. Like, I just love playing basketball. Like, this is my job. This is what I'm here for. I'm not here for all the other stuff. That's not what my teammates are here for either. And that goes for the rest of the teams in the league as well. Like, they want to play basketball. That's what they've been doing their entire lives. They're really good at it. I've come into this league, and I'm trying to learn as much as I can too. Like, I'm 22 years old, and there's a lot of expectations on my shoulders, and I feel like I've grown a lot, and I'm going to continue to grow. And it's been a great learning period for myself, and allowing myself a lot of grace. At times it's really hard because I'm a perfectionist, and I want to be really good for you know, our organization for my teammates. And I've done some really good stuff, but also I've learned a lot too. So, but yeah, at the end of the day, like basketball's my job, and that's like what I want to focus on.
Are you still able to find joy through it?
Absolutely, yeah. I think that's something you can never lose. You know, it wouldn't be very fun showing up to work every day if I didn't find a lot of joy in it, just like all of you guys. So,
how
Got
easy?
time for two more guys.
How easy is it? I mean, like you just said, I just want to play basketball, but it seems like to us like easier said than done. How were you able to, your senior year at Iowa, kind of just, did you realize that the discourse was more and you just wanted to block it out, play basketball? Like when did you kind of come to that, you know, like realization, for lack of a better term?
honestly, like I feel like I have a pretty good skill of blocking everything out. I think, you know, being in this position, you better have that skill or else it's going to break you at some point. And I think I've surrounded myself with really good people, whether it's my coaches, whether it's my teammates, whether it was in college, whether it's here, you know, and I think also my family, they've been a huge support of myself, and like, you know, they see all this stuff too, and like that definitely has to be hard on them. Like, you have to remember we're regular people with feelings. My parents have feelings. Like, it can definitely be hard at times, but you know, I would never change it for the world. Like, I'm just really grateful to be in this position, and you know, whatever comes with that, and you know, I try to remember the positives and remember all the good things too. So yeah, I definitely want to change it for the world, and I think just surrounding yourself with really good people that always have your best interests at heart is the most important thing.
It's been about 2 months now since the draft. What's it been like to ramp up to life and play in the W in just a few short weeks?
It's been a whirlwind. I mean, I can't really believe we're already 11 games in. It's kind of hard to comprehend, and this last week has been a really great reset for me. I think just going back and looking at things I've done well and things that I can certainly improve on, and I feel like, you know, there's like a couple little things that I need to tweak, and then I'm going to be playing like really, really good basketball, and that's how much I believe in myself. And you know, I feel like this team has had opportunity. Like, our schedule was tough. Like, we played some really good teams, but we were there in a lot of close games. Like, I felt like we could have won. Yeah, I think just growing every single game is kind of the most important thing. And I think our team has done a great job of staying positive. Like, yeah, we're 2-9, but you wouldn't know that coming into practice. Like, there's just an energy about this group, and yeah, we know we're young, but we want to get better. We're excited to get better. We're excited to be here. We're excited for every single game. And you know, sometimes that can be hard with the way our schedule was at the beginning of the year. But you know, we could just have that positive energy about us, and that's something that I'm, you know, super proud of this team for.